Happy Friday. Woo woo. I hope you're doing well. It's been an amazing week. I hope it has been for you as well. What else? You know what I mean? But yeah, so let's get right after it because we got some stuff to talk about. So we're on week 3 of our 4-week series. And today we are going to talk about what is your emotional eating personality style. And before we get to that, let's just do a quick recap. So week 1, we talked about what are your triggers? Like, why are you even going for the food? Why are you even grabbing the food? Or, and again, this works for alcohol as well. The second week, we talked about how does that feel and where do you feel those emotions in your body? Again, we're just being curious and we're just exploring what's going on within us and also our behaviors. We're not trying to solve the world's problems. So again, first week was what are your triggers? What's causing you to do the emotional eating in the first place? Second week was, okay, where do you feel that in your body? What does it feel like? And describing that. And so now this week, we're going to talk about your emotional eating style. So there's 4 of them that we have. And so the first one is, are you kind of the pickles and celery kind of girl? Maybe potato chips, popcorn, peanuts, that category? Or are you more of ice cream? Maybe you're some candy, some soft candy, not really hard candy. Maybe you like layer cake with some frosting, some buttercream frosting. Maybe you're whipped cream frosting. I'm a buttercream frosting girl myself. And then the third category is what about carbonated soda, even carbonated water, honestly, in those sports drinks. Is that your jam? Or the last one is, do you go for some grapes or some Jell-O, something that is healthy-ish? Not to say that grapes are not healthy, but Jell-O is healthy-ish. So certainly as compared to a bowl of ice cream. So which one of those 4 categories are you? And so the idea for this week is to say, all right, which one of those do I go for? And then when? And tie that to an emotion that you have identified from week 1. So, sorry, my phone is dinging, my other phone. So let me turn that off. So I want to see what you've done with identifying your triggers. How does it make you feel? And now, what did you eat? Did you go for the salty, crunchy? Hey, who's there? I think that I saw a little picture, but I don't know who it is. Sarah Curie. Hey, love. So now I want you to associate what you're eating with those emotions. So again, week 1, when are you doing it? What's the trigger? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a time of day? The next week we talked about, okay, how does that feel in your body? Does it, does the sugar, you feel it in your eyes? Do you feel it in your stomach? Do you get a cramp? Are you lethargic? Or what's going on with you after you eat that? And for extra credit, I suggest that if you look at it, how do you feel before that? How do you feel during, and then how do you feel after? And now this week, we're going to talk about what it is that you're actually eating at those particular times. So are you the salty, crunchy girl? Are you the sweet person? Are you somewhere in between? Are you just a drinking person? And by that, I don't necessarily mean alcohol. That could be a thing. And actually, I'll come back to that in a second. Or do you go like the carbonated drinks? And maybe you even get something healthy. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and eat this bowl of blueberries. If you're eating it in response to an emotion, it is still an emotional eat. And that's what this whole series is all about, is uncovering our emotional eating and trying to overcome that. So check out those 3 things and kind of what your personality style is when it comes to emotional eating. And then again, I need you to tie it back to those things. And that's going to set us up for next week, which is, I'll give you the exact title next week. Feeling your feelings without food or fear. It's not that bad. Sometimes it can be, but not all the time. So again, we're learning here, these are alternative ways for you to manage your emotions other than with food. All right, so I said I was going to come back to this point about alcohol, and now I completely lost my train of thought. What was I going to say about that? So maybe alcohol is a trigger. I know when I used to drink, and it's not that I don't drink, I just don't. Because, if I want to, I do. I don't have like a hard rule about I don't drink alcohol anymore. I just happen not to because of the way that it makes me feel. So, but I will say that when I used to drink regularly, let's put it that way, Friday, Saturday night, I'm going out, going to the bar, I'm having a glass of wine or whatever. They're doing an overpour because I was going so often. I would always have to have something sweet after that. I would have to have a piece of cake. So that was a trigger for me. Going out and having a glass of wine was a trigger for getting something else sweet. So when I spoke earlier in this call about what are your triggers, when are you doing it, what's going on, how are you feeling, what are you thinking, what's happening, then what are you going for? If I was going for wine, then I started having to also budget for cake, because I knew if I had wine, I was going to have cake. So that's how that whole trigger relationship works. Okay. So that is it. That's your assignment for this week, is look at what are you eating? Are you salty, crunchy? Are you sweet person, sweet and soft? Are you, do you like fruit? Maybe you just binge and eat fruit. I guess I don't know if we're supposed to use the word binge anymore, but anyway, you know what I mean? Are you emotionally eating with fruit? Because that could be a thing. And then are you one of those, do you like those sports drinks? Carbonated beverages, and let me just double check. Did I have something else here? Oh, yes, I said ice cream. Oh, what about this one? French fries. French fries with ketchup. I didn't say that earlier. Or maybe your macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to go through these again so that you have them. So one, I have this as pickles and celery and popcorn. So those are all in the crunchy category. Two, are you ice cream sundae or layer cake with frosting? So that's more the salty, creamy category. Number three is, are you French fries and ketchup? Maybe macaroni and cheese. So those are hot foods that are soft. So generally that's leading to some type of a comfort, as they all are. But the relationship between ice cream and French fries, they're both soft, but one is hot and one is cold. One is cold and sweet, and the other one is hot and salty. So in the first category, the popcorn, the chips, the pickles, the celery, that was salty and crunchy and cold. So there's some threads that are going through here. I'm not asking you to get all into all the details. Just identify the food. Just tie the food to a trigger. Then the fourth one is carbonated soda. And then the fifth one is, maybe your grapes and Jell-O or blueberries or some other healthy item. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be air quotes healthy, but could actually be healthy. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. And I will see you here next week when we will talk about, again, feeling your feelings without food or fear. Nothing too deep here, just getting curious about what's going on with us. Okay? Have an amazing weekend and a fabulous day. Love you lots. Bye for now.